Welcome back. You're watching News Now. I'm Shibani Gharat. Now, the biggest talking point this week has been the India-EU FTA. And to take the discussion forward, Brand Director of Audi India, Balbir Singh Dilan, joins us now. Balbir, tell us more. What is the expected impact on the pricing of Audi cars in India with the EU FTA?
So let me tell you, whatever we are selling in India, most of the cars we are making in India already, which is, let's say, most of the years between 90 to 95%. That is what we do already. My understanding as of now, while we are waiting for the fine print to come by, that potentially there could be some reduction in the import duty of even what we're making in India. Fine print is awaited. Let's see what comes out. But broadly, I would say the pricing of most of the cars that we already are selling in India will remain to be the same because there is not much of a change. In fact, I have to also mention on the other side that one of the biggest challenges that we are facing right now is the foreign exchange. You've seen the euro, which has devalued almost 19% last year, and first 3 weeks itself it has devalued 3%. So while on one side we are talking about price reduction, but the real fact is that potentially we have to take certain price increases going forward because of the currency devaluation, and that is the fact that we are facing right now.
Balbir, at the same time, also help us understand what will be the larger impact of FTA on the auto sector. Does it help with the sentiment for the luxury cars segment?
That for sure, because from my point of view, there are two things which we look at. One is whether we'll bring, whether we'll have different price points, which potentially once we have the clarity on what is the fine print, we will be able to evaluate. And of course, there is the second angle is that when this FTA comes into force, and I do anticipate that probably by end of this year or early next year or maybe mid of next year. So there is still, I would say, approximately 12 to 18 months before this comes into effect. That is the pricing part, or what new products we are able to bring under the FTA. The second topic, which you also mentioned, is about the demand generation. So that I see definitely to be very positive, because if Europe is opening up their markets to India and vice versa, generally, a lot of demand on our products comes from MSMEs and other sectors who flourish when this FTA happens and comes into implementation. And I would believe that that will help us increase the demand generation side. So I think we'll have to see this from both sides. And I'm very positive on the demand generation side rather than only the price points.
Balbir, also, are there some models you are evaluating launching in India without necessarily making them here?
We definitely will look at that once we have the fine print, because we still are, I would say, a little bit speculating. These are all information that are coming by from various sources. We don't have the confirmed document with us right now. Once we have that at place, but all the options are open. If there is any opportunity that allows us to bring more models, we are more than happy to bring them for our customers in India.
Now tell us, how does the exclusion of BEV in the FTA affect the electrification targets for Audi in India?
I think this is a strategy that we continuously evaluate. Once we have, like I said, the fine print with us, we will see how do we manage this topic, because you're right. Definitely, we have a lot of push globally for electrification, which we want to also bring into the country. But once I have more details, we will take those decisions accordingly. We already have our plans, let's say, ready for the next few years. But this brings in a new angle, which we will need to evaluate once we have more details.
Absolutely. Balbir, thank you so much for joining us today. That was Audi India's Balbir Singh Dilan speaking about the impact of India-EU FTA on Audi and the Audi consumers in the country. Now,